It's your boy DJ Akademiks, and now, finally, one of the leaders of the light-skinned new school, and I'm talking about Jermaine Cole. If you don't know what the light-skinned new school is, the leaders of the light-skinned new school contain Jersey Drake, Chris Breezy, and of course, Jermaine Cole. Now, we also added Logic, but we're going to talk about that later. Now, he finally got off the milk carton, and I'm talking about J. Cole, and his album got leaked. It's called Forest Hill Drive. Now, go cop that, man. You make sure you go cop it from whatever blog you go to get it, or torrent service, or if you want to, go buy it on iTunes when it's out. But yeah, check this out, because it's a pretty good album. I'm not going to speak definitively on how good it is, because, it's only been out like a couple of hours. I mean, shit, it's not even been out for like a week or a month yet. But one thing I can say, it's not trash. But one of the songs that's getting a lot of attention is a song called Fire Squad, which obviously his activism and also his acknowledgement and him noticing things like going down within the world, like Mike Brown's situation, Eric Garner's situation, and him seeing racial inequalities and just being fed up pretty much with the system, it's bled into his music, and I think that's kind of dope. But in the song, he said this, and check out these bars right here. He says, listen, history repeats itself, and that's just how it goes. Same way these rappers always bite each other's flows. Same thing that my nigga Elvis did with rock and roll, Justin Timberlake, Eminem, and then Macklemore. While silly niggas argue over who gon' snatch the crown, look around, my nigga. White people have snatched the sound. This year I go to the Grammys, dapper down, watch Iggy win a Grammy as I try to crack a smile. I'm just playing, but all good jokes contain true shit. Same rope you climb up on, they'll hang you with. Now, those are bars, ladies and gentlemen, bars. But let's evaluate, because here's my thing. I mean, why only pick on white people, at least with these bars? I mean, I get what he's saying, right? He's pretty much saying, listen, music's formulaic, people are just copying from the other person. And then he says, well, white people, they're just kind of copying from black people. And I'm like, most of these rappers who are black, they're copying from other black people. I mean, really, hip-hop is really evolved by people taking what came before them, kind of making it their own, and then using their own influences and experiences and creativity and building off that. I mean, there's always been white rappers. There's always been fucking white rappers, but as people see now, they're getting more attention and they're definitely more successful now. And that's why people have kind of been pointing it out, but there's always been fucking white rappers. And for example, he's talking about what Elvis did with rock and roll, because people are saying, hey, blacks contributed significantly to rock and roll, and then it seemed like it was taken by white people. But are white people taking hip hop? Think about it. Are white people taking hip hop? No. There are a couple of successful ones, but are they taking it? No. The thing is, and I get it what he's talking about, the Grammys and shit like that. I broke down award shows to you guys already. Does that shit really even count? I mean, listen, music is a business, and I hate that a college graduate like Jermaine Cole would try to act like that's not the overlying thing. You really win awards because of numbers. It's a numbers game. They don't fucking go in a room and figure out who got the best music, who did the most sales. Now, granted, most of the white people, they're going to sell more records. Why? They're fucking white, and it's not because they're white and they're taking it over. If you go to an NBA game right now, and I'm going to compare rapping or even music to fucking NBA, these owners, the reason why they want more white players, and they'll sign a bunch of white players just to ride the bench, it's been shown and proven that any team that has over 3 white players, they do better in attendance, they do better in revenue, they do better in TV ratings. You know why? Because the audience in general is mostly white. It's mostly white, and people want to see people that look like them. I mean, think about us. We niggas, right? Nobody was talking about the White House, and I'm going to be people were be the next president until when Obama did it. People like, wait, we could actually do this motherfucking shit. Now we saw representation like us. Now we feel we could do it. Now we want to kind of like tune in like, we got to pay attention to this politics shit. It's the same thing with music. Most of the fans, if you don't want to admit it, I'm telling you this right now. 60 to 65% of fans of hip hop are white, straight up. And then when it comes to revenue, so how the business actually gets fueled through money, through sales, 85% of revenue in music is contributed by white people, which means, yes, they're going to fuel the entire economy for music, which means hip hop, you're going to have a bunch of fucking white successful hip hoppers, because Because, yeah, I just said, they're probably going to support people who look like them. And they're probably going to support people who they can relate to more. They can't relate to somebody coming from fucking Bankhead talking about they got a bunch of bands with a rubber band and how they're trapping out the bando. But can they support somebody like Macklemore who's going to thrift shop, who's a fucking almost a hippie? Absolutely. Could they support somebody like Iggy Azalea who's pretty much never lived that life but loves to fucking twerk, get drunk, and probably be ratchet? Absolutely. So that's what it is. I mean, they're not snatching the sound. When you're talking about snatching the sound, are they shaping the sound? If they automatically took the sound and said, this is cool and this is not, and you might argue like, yo, well, they are kind of doing that when they are the most successful at it. But really, Iggy's really following what she thinks a black chick would be, right? I mean, Macklemore's making his own shit, but I don't see the shape in that. They're not setting cultural trends. So I don't think they're taking the sound. I don't think they're taking the culture. So that part I don't get. And as far as the awards, I told you, it's fucking numbers game. Don't try to win awards. If you need awards to validate yourself, you already fucking lost. The Grammys aren't there to validate you. The Grammys are there to validate the record labels and the people who work hard to make sure your album did good. That's it. And yes, hip-hop is always going to copy itself. You think about everything in hip-hop, you could at least show one representation before that maybe it's not exactly like it, but it could be an offspring. And it was probably because an influence. You take influence, you then put it with your experiences, your own creativity, and you create something new. So what do you guys think, man? You think J. Cole's on some bullshit, or does he have a point? Or, hey, that's true to some extent, which this is what I believe. It's true to some extent, but that's not the whole picture. There's a bigger picture here. It's not just that easy. Oh, they're taking our shit. It's not that easy, man. You gotta look into it. So get in the comment box. It's now you guys' time to react, and I'll read what you guys got to say. So get in the comment box. Make sure you guys hit that like button. You follow me on social media at I'm Akademiks. All right, man. I'm out.